Hello, and welcome back to the Subnautica series. This is episode 2 of our session, and well, today we're going to be trying to get stuff done today. I'm your host, Survivalist, and we're going to be diving right into our world that we previously made. Now, last time we were here, we got our tools. We got the basic tools, we got our scanner, we got our knife, and once we load in, I'll get to introduction what we're going to be doing today. I like to say thank you for joining me on today's episode. It's not like every day I don't get to do this. I wish I could, but I do other stuff outside of Subnautica, so I'd like to thank y'all for joining me. And hope everyone's having a good time on their quarantine. Hope you're staying safe. Hope you're staying fresh, because a lot of things have been happening throughout the year, so I hope everyone's staying safe, staying inside, using a mask, being clean, wash your hands for 20 seconds, and make sure you're alright, because I don't want to see any of you getting hurt. Alright, now, let's talk about Subnautica for y'all people that are still questioning it. Subnautica, you're on a world you're in an alien world that's covered by water, and you're the sole survivor of the Aurora right there, and well, that's basically it. You're trying to survive. But yeah, as you see on the screen, we have up in the top left hand corner, we have a radio distress signal. That right there, if you click on the radio, what comes on is a display message. Now, what that is a radio transmission signal from some quote-unquote survivors of the Aurora. There are absolutely no survivors, and we're basically getting delayed distress signals from the dead people of the Aurora. Now, I gotta say, rest in peace to them, but at the same time, they kind of left their own fate to themselves, because they decided to mess with their own pods. And we being the only survivors, we're technically the smartest human out of the whole ship. Anyway, but today's goal at the moment, we're going to be trying to get the inhabit builder, so I can show y'all what it is, and we can also establish our little own base. But first, we're going to go to there. Now, the way that is, Life Pod 17, as you see the little beacon there, if you go to your PDA, you go to your beacon manager, you can see all the signals that you've managed to get. Now, I have these two. We have these two. I already got this last episode, so we're going to be going up to the 100 depth. Now, like I said last episode, you need a mask so you can go below 100 meters, but what I like to do is I like to free dive, where I know what air I have, I know what I can do to get down that far, and I can get really easy upgrades and stuff with this game without having to get all these, things on the side. So I don't need the rebreather, the thing that allows you to go all the way down below 100 meters without losing oxygen for 3 seconds. Now the base is you lose oxygen every 3 seconds. So if you're going below 100, you're going to lose oxygen faster. That's basically what's going to tell you. You're going to lose oxygen faster. You're going to lose a lot of things. Now, as we come up, you see this object here. This is a part to the first vehicle you get in Subnautica, the Seamoth. It's I already have it, but the Seamoth is the very standard vehicle you get in the game. It's fast, it's reliable, and it's all around. You can get around. Now, if we could find another part. Now, unreluctantly, this did happen recently. I don't know when recently, but this happened a long time, as soon as Aurora fell. But they decided here to mess with their whole life pod and ruin it, which is kind of, stupid to hear. Over there, that we have a wreckage. Now the wreckage contains either scrap for titanium, as I said last episode, or more parts for our everything here, as we have a inventory full of titanium we can use to craft a base. But if we go down here, we can see there's a wreckage. This wreckage is part of the Aurora, and it contains, like I said, blueprints, and we can synthesize. And it contains these containers. These containers contain resources we could use, and they're, from the Aurora. Now these boxes, they have a chance to contain synthetic blueprints. So we have a way to build things. So be sure to look at these boxes, or you're not going to get much. Some are closed, but the ones that open, you're going to need to scan them, because you're going to need to. Now down there, as you saw, that circle target thing, that's another part. That's either the scanner room, if I remember. And that's, again, one of the... It's not vital, but it's really suggested if you want to first playthrough, because resources are really hard if you don't memorize them. And with the scanner room, you get details on what materials you want. So the wreckage around here, with the wreckages around here, the scanner room allows you to see those wreckage parts to salvage, so you can turn into titanium, so you can get resources for such. Right there is a sand shark. That dude will mess you up if you get in his facility. Yeah, thanks, Altera. The sand sharks, they're predators, they're territorial. But the thing you don't want to do is you don't want to flash your flashlight near them. The reason why is they're more attracted to light. They're more aggro is if they get within the light vicinity, and you don't want to shine your light. You kind of want to stay alive. Now I'm not going to shut that off because I don't want to die, but I'll just give you that. The sand sharks, they're more attracted to light, so don't have it on all the time. And they're not fast. You can outrun them if you have the sea moth, but if you don't have the sea glide, sea moth, the vehicles, but if you don't have the sea glide, it's going to be hard to outrun them because they're fast and they're maneuverable, so they're wiggling and such. Now the reason why I'm looking inside these pods, because I'm looking for the laser cutter. Now I'm not surprised I'm not looking for it that much, because I don't have one of the more resources you need for the laser cutter. For the laser cutter, where am I? Oh. As you see in the blueprints here, you need the laser cutter and propulsion cannon. The laser cutter is one of the tools you can get to get into debris that have a door that's singed, but it's still closed, it's still locked. And with the laser cutter, you're able to cut into the room and, see what's inside the room. Now, as I said last episode, I could go to one of the islands, either northeast or south from us, from the pod. Right there, those two sets of clouds that are shown as little clouds right there. Now those two contain a part of the story, and the other contains more of the backstory. As there's two stories in Subnautica, there's the main story and the backstory about what happened a decade ago when there was scientific life on this planet. Now, as I said previously, this episode we're going to try to get together the base, a inhabitor, so we can have somewhere to store our materials, we have some place to call home, so we're not constantly living in a life pod because it's not the most comfortable. And I'm pretty sure our guy here doesn't want to be living in some place like this. Now, we got another radio transmission. It's probably going to be a distress signal. We don't know yet, so we got to wait.
This is Avery Quinn, trading ship Sunbeam. Aurora, do you read? Over. Nothing but vacuum. These Altera ships. They run low on engine grease, send an SOS. You offer to help, they don't pick up. Aurora, I'm out on the far side of the system. It's going to take more than a week to reach your position. Do you still need our assistance? Over. I'll try them again tomorrow. Damn charter's gonna have us blowing our credits running errands for Altera.
that right there is one of the main stories you get in this game, the Sunbeam. Now the Sunbeam is a... alongside, okay, now we're here. The Sunbeam is a ship that comes to help you, but I'm not going to spoil it for later on. You just say it don't help, but you get what I mean. It helps you, but at the same time it don't. Now, the reason why I went on to collect these core tube samples is because with salt in that, you can make bleach. And with the bleach and such, you can make better water, which is disinfected, which gives you more water than the filtered water, and at the same time, you get 2 for 1 crafting. So you get 2 bottles for 1, because I have 3. And it is up right there, but what we need for the base inhabitor, or the inhabitor, is we need a computer chip, wiring kit, and a battery. Now the wiring kit, it takes 2 silver, and you need to get the 2 silver from sandstone chunks. Now, if you get 8, you got a chance to get silver from it. I just don't care. I just click. Now for the computer chip, you need red coral, which I got. You need gold, which I managed to do. I don't think I got yet. No, I don't. Yeah. Now, while we're doing that, I'm going to be showing off the red sandstone chunk. The difference between it is limestone and sandstone. Sandstone is the start of everything. It contains copper, one of the major things you need. And you can tell the difference by the texture and the color. Sandstone has a more pale color, and the limestone has a lot of color. It's not smooth, it has chunky edges, and it doesn't really give more tan off. It's more pale because it's limestone. Limestone's color is generally pale and doesn't have much. That's a stalker. Stalkers have teeth, and they're razor sharp teeth. But with those stalkers, if they like metal, they like the metal wreckages. Along with that, if they grab it, they have a chance to drop their teeth, which is one of the most vital things in this game you need, because that's a lot of the crafting recipes mid to end game, you need their teeth for something. Oh, we're getting close to it. Did not know. Did not wait that close. Now, you might have heard me say that. Don't want to get too close. You don't want to get too close. I wouldn't recommend that until you have a more subtle into the game, because there is a foe there that will hurt you and that will one-shot you if this early in the game. And that is called the Leviathan. Now, each Leviathan has a name, and the one that we are near is the Reaper Leviathan, the protector of the Aurora that's guarding it and basically patrolling it, because Reaper Leviathans are territorial and they like to, keep their territory theirs. So it's patrolling around the whole Aurora, keeping you away from its home. Now, with the Leviathan, there are Leviathan class and there are Fish class. Leviathan classes are huge creatures that are passive, and some are docile and passive, and some are not. And once you go further, and here is the sandstone. As I said before, it's smoother, it has a more sand look to it, and when you break it, you get a chance to get silver and whatnot. Now we got silver, we need 1 more, then we can make a wiring kit, then we can get together our good old friend, the Inhabitor. Now with tools, you can one-shot these. Oh no, there goes that. That was gold. Gold, we do need gold. That's one of the things we need, gold. Gold, yes, it's not one of the vital things you need, but you really need it for the computer chip, because that one resource computer chip is, again, one of the more important resources you need for the game, because the computer chip, it's everything. A lot of things in this game is based on the computer chip. Vehicles, a lot of the gear you need, a lot of the tools require the computer chip for them to work. And if you don't have the computer chip, you need to quickly go get it, or you need to find a way to obtain it. Oh dear, that's a sand shark. Now what I'm doing here is looking around for more sandstone chunks, because we had one that was mean and it sucked our gold into the ground. And that's not nice. Now, as you heard, the Aurora will explode in 2 hours. And we need more batteries, man. Let's get rid of you real quick. Now, as you heard, the Aurora will explode in 2 hours. That means it explodes. Its time is going to be gone. And that time is gone. Everything will be bad. It will release radiation into the world that you need a special suit to use. Now, I will try to show it. As I will try to show it. See if I can be a bit of help with visual and everything, but it's no promises. But I'll try. And if it's nighttime, I'm sorry if it shows on nighttime. I don't control it. I'm not going to use anything. I'm sorry. Ooh. I don't trust this. So where we got 2 silver. Quartz. Quartz you need with glass, and it's one of the things helpful. We don't want to get stuck, do we? And lead. Oh my god, lead. Let me tell you, lead is my first playthrough on the other computer. Lead was a bad thing to get. It was gone instantly. You need lead for 75% of this, along with the battery. What am I saying? Copper. Copper and lead are literally the 75% of the material you need in this game. And if you run out, you are in a bit of panic and you're in a pickle because you need those. Copper makes a battery, and the battery makes a power cell, and a power cell makes a lot of this other stuff work. And if you don't have a copper, you can't do anything else, and you need to go find some. And if you're late in the game, you've already taken out a lot of these limestone chunks, so it's kind of hard to establish a lot of these. I know, because I lost a lot of copper downstairs when I was on the other computer. But now, we can make the wiring kit. Now, with the wiring kit, we got access to the advanced wiring kit. That's basically gold and everything. It's basically, it's future upgrades, but yeah. Now, the computer chip, we need 2 copper. We need a copper wire, so we need 2 copper, that makes copper wire, and we need 2 table coral. 2 table coral are the red coral you saw on these right here. What did I scan? I don't know. These are red coral. You can only obtain them with your knife at the moment, but you need 2. And I'd recommend when you get a base established, I'd recommend go and farm for a lot of them, because for how small they are and how much they blend in with the environment, you're gonna need a lot, along with these, because they need batteries. Now, at the moment, we're gonna go around. We're gonna see if we can find some limestone and see if we can find limestone so we can get copper, so we can get situated. Titanium. Now, at times, there are limestone chunks you can see that are different coloration that can tell if it's copper or titanium. And I've discovered this myself while looking at limestone. Copper is a bit more orange tinted, while titanium limestone isn't. So this is a copper. Never mind, but I don't quote me on that, but I have seen like like orange or limestone being copper, like different color. I don't know if it's just graphics game, but I've seen orange contain copper and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know if it's just game graphics or anything, but we may or may not have enough for the inhabitant builder. Let's see if we can. Let's look. We need 2 copper, which we do. And we need tape. Okay, we do have enough. Alright, we passed it. And we got another radio transmission, probably from Sunbeam or a distress signal. Let's see.
Aurora, this is Sunbeam. We just picked up a massive debris field at your location. I didn't know how many of you... I didn't know. We're now en route to your location. We're gonna bring you home. Sunbeam out. What else can I say? The only time I parked
That is the sunbeam coming to save you. And the guy just said he's a fraud at aiming, so yeah. Now we're going to be on our way to make the copper wire and getting our stuff established with the computer chip and established with the inhabitant builder. With the inhabitant builder, we can now build a base. And we also got acquiring to an advanced wiring kit. Now, I don't know when it's 2 hours. I hope not that Aurora blows up at night, but I'm sorry if it does, if you can see or not. But yeah. When it goes daytime, I'm going to build a base and show you how it works. And how a lot of things work. The requirement, the habitat builder is mainly based on your scrap, the titanium. It takes a lot of titanium to make a lot of these bases. It takes 2, 6 to 12. And you're going to need upgrades. You're going to need this too for your later builds. But a lot of this takes 2 to 6 to 12. And it's a lot of resources to take out. That's creepy. And as you can make all this stuff. A compass. I can make it. I can't make a compass. But it's really helpful in the future. I can make it now if I want. I can probably go get some wine because I saw some earlier. But we can make it. It tells the direction. But I can tell the direction at the moment what we're looking at. If you need help. If you turn to the left, there's the cloud over there. Us over here is northeast, and behind us, the opposite of northeast is southwest. And with that, if you look directly that way to that, it's south. Towards those clouds, and to that close southeast. And yeah, playing this game, if it sounds confusing, it's not, but it is, and I'll try to explain it a bit slower. The island that is in front of you is directly that way, right there I'm circling. That's around northeast. And northeast is left of north, so you go this way, that's north. And south is directly behind you, which that way, and there's another clouds patch over there, so that's around south. Now, I would recommend going all the way down. There's a dead zone that Subnautica doesn't want you to go down to because there's nothing, it's out of bounds, and you'll die. And there's another stress call, woohoo. Ooh. See, 1, 2, north, south, north, south. You know where you're going if you see these clouds. That's north and that's south. That way is east and that way is west. So left of it is west, right of it's east, left of it's east, and right of it's west. Never eat soggy wheat. That's why I remember it. Yeah, that's north, that's west, that's south, and that's east. So in case you get lost and don't need the compass, just remember that cloud right there, that's directly left of the aurora, that's north, that's a bird. You can scan it. I don't have power. I need to make batteries, but yeah. That's south, that's north, that's west, and that's east. Just remember that in case you want to get lost and you don't want a compass. Yeah, left is north, and that way south for the 4th time I said. Now we're on to the base building, and yeah, let's see where we go. Now I bind my right click to my mouse wheel so I can quickly get items in and out fast. Now you may judge upon my buildings. I'm not really for aesthetic until like late end game where I know I can take a rest and doing anything. But I mainly build a base for like when I'm ready to get in and out. So yeah. But we're here. Here is a nice area we can build. We can't build straight up. We do need lead, but we have lead. You need 2 to build the foundation. And the foundation was one of the marks you need to build a lot of these. This over on the south island behind us. But a foundation is what we mainly need if you want to build base on here. But you can build a compartment down here. It has stencils, so it connects down. Poof, there. And now to get in there, you're going to need a hatch. And a hatch does take those 2 titanium quartz. And we have a temporary base at the moment. It's not big, it's not anything. And with no power, we can suffocate and die. So we need power. That's 1 power. You can also get solar panels, which you need copper, which I don't have. I never have copper. You can probably go quickly get it, but we're going to set up a little base here. And we can get started with what we are going to do. Oh, that was almost all our titanium, so we're going to build... We're going to make a nice circle. So we're going to take this. We're going to need more. Now, the whole strength is basically how strong your base is. And don't make it... And when you're beginning, don't make it too heavy, because you don't have the materials yet. Unless you already know how to play the game, you already know where to get the materials. But don't build it off if you knew, because you don't have the material to actually get the reinforcement. And that's kind of a bad idea to... You don't want to do that. That's a no-go, Captain. Now, these do take a lot. I did grab the majority of mine, so it's a bit more left. Now, this is what my base usually looks like, a nice giant L, so I can get it out quickly. It's not a good looker, but it's there. It gets me 3 things. It's survival. And I use brackets instead of the scroll wheel because I have things binded through the scroll wheel. And yeah. No, yeah, I'm not the most good person at doing all this. I don't really... It's same with all auto survival games I play. If I'm beginning and everything, I don't make it all fancy schmancy. I make it, I'm ready so I can get in and out quickly. And that's basically what it's all about for my... I don't play survival games to make it look pretty. I make it to survival. And yeah, now we don't have power, so we can't go in there yet. And the only standard power we need is solar panel. And we need a copper ore. And we have how many titanium? We have 3. So we need more titanium because we need to make 2 solar panels. Oh god. Excuse that, Jim. We don't need 2. 2 titanium. We don't need 4 titanium. Okay. Those do minimal damage. But we're going to need 4 titanium, and we're going to need 2 copper. If we can find the copper. Ooh, we need to go quickly. And we're gonna watch our chance of survival end. 2, 1. Happy New Year's! Oh boy, that's not good. As you see, pieces are going flying everywhere. Rip. All right. Yep. There goes your Happy New Year's. Radiation suit. The way we can go in there. All right. Sulfur. We do need sulfur. That's one of the main ingredients. We need this. Titanium. We need, of course, quartz for glass, so we can make more stuff, and we can more copper. Okay, we got copper. We got enough copper. All right. We can go up now. And add solar panels onto our little device. Add that 2 on top. Now I'd build it on top, or if you have a foundation, build it on your foundation. Save a bit organization. But it'll say all power stored, primary systems online. You have everything up to date. Then now you can go inside your base. It's all air, it has everything. And as I have nothing, I usually place nice lockers down, which take 2 titanium, but I don't have titanium. As you see on the top, we have 150. These contain 75 power, 75, and 75 is 150. So, yeah, and we're going to be getting our... Now, I'm going to end this episode with making the basic what I have inside. So we're going to need 4 titanium, 1 copper, 1 gold, and 1 that. So yeah, let's go get that. We're gonna go to wreckages. We don't have Let's quick swap our batteries out. Now, we're going to make batteries later. I'm going to make it later. So I already have stuff so I can eat. So this probably is copper. Nope, titanium. I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. You don't quote me on that. I hate those dudes. They're annoying, but they're one of the obstacles in this game. Copper. If we're near a heat vent, then we're good luck. Heat vents are important to us at the moment. We desperately need. Oh, we need oxygen. So, like I said, what we need to. Ooh, we're getting close. Don't want to get close. We're at the wall of the wreckage, so we won't get suffering from radiation. Don't want one of those guys. Those guys are meanies. We are looking for wreckages. If you don't know, we're working for wreckages. We're looking for that. Because some contain scrap, which we need. As I explained, we need exactly what we need. We need radiation suit. We don't need that. Not yet. Yeah, we need 4. We need 4 of you. We can take that locker, but we're going to make that. We're going to make 4, 2, and we're going to need gold. So we need to go find some gold. Which is not hard to find, but we do need something to eat. That's one of the vital things. We do need something to eat. Sadly, you can't take the fabricator off your life pod. I wish you could, but you can't. It's one of the implemented things. It's permanently on there, so you can't take it off. Now, I'm collecting peepers because they're, like I said in the first episode, they're one of the best foods you can get in the game for starting and end game. They provide a lot of food. And you desperately need a lot of food these days. And I don't do salted, but I will, for the sake of this episode, for the sake of this series, so I can show you what to do. Alright, we got that. Now we gotta go find some gold. Now, what salted do? The salt makes the fish cure, and what the cure is it prolongs it. It makes it last forever. That is drastically changing and below 0. It's update, but it basically makes your food last forever, and you somewhat need it. Now we're going to be looking for some sandstone chunks. And sandstone chunks contain silver, gold, and lead. And we're going to need the gold, lead, and silver. But mainly the gold at the moment, so we can make our fabricator. And we can get in business for our next adventure. Which I don't know what that'd be. Hey, is that a mobile vehicle bay? I don't have power. Well, that's alright. We're not using a flashlight, so we can quickly switch. Sorry for the lag. We're not getting close, alright. Vehicle bay, it's self-explanatory, but if you don't know, vehicle bay is a way to make vehicles. And one of the main vehicles you have at the moment is, if you unlock it, is the Sea Moth, the very standard. As I said earlier, it's starter, it's fast, it's efficient, it's tanky, and I use it a lot. It's one of my main sources. Oh my god, I need that for the flashlight now. Okay, now we continue our search for sandstone chunks. We can get gold, coral, and we can go along our adventures. As we do have enough titanium now. And we're off. We're off to the races. Oh my god, let me the oxygen. Nah, I made sound annoying by the oxygen. I'm not. I know it. It's just sometimes I don't need the notification because I do look at it a lot. Ooh, let's take a good time to talk about these guys. These are a Leviathan class, but they're docile. They won't mess with you, and you won't mess with them. Ah, bad. Oxygen is bad. The radiation will mess you up, man. Now I'm looking for barnacles before we run away and flee, because the barnacles contain resources in them, and we do need these resources. Copper. Alright, let's go before we die. Like those reefback leviathans, they contain resources you need along their barnacles, and they're really good. They're really good for getting quick resources if you need to quickly travel, and early game too, because I did get 2 copper out of them, and that's kind of good. I need copper. I need a lot of things, but copper is one of them, the major things. As we're going to be looking around for more sandstone chunks so we can hopefully get gold and get growled at by sharks. Anything in here? Not what we need. Now there is multiple ways, but the best way for me getting these sandstone chunks is from these jungles right here. These creep vine jungles. Creep vine are one where you can get stuff. Either you can make bandages from him, or you can make lubricant from the creep vine jellies right there. This creep vine seeds, they're used to make lubricant, which you need for when you build. You need it for a lot. I need stuff. Yeah, I need batteries, but we'll make that next time. Got that. Let's see. We got titanium. We collect more of this. We got 6 more space left, so let's use this time to find the chunks as we get chased down by a stalker. Because we have light out. Let's see what we get. Lucky so nope. That's really good. That is really good. We are at a good spot. Yes, we are, but I need to go quickly up so we don't die. That is lucky. We are lucky. This is a nice lucky spot. We're not far from home. Alright, we're in luck. We are in luck. Now, me being happy, we're by a vent. This vent is one source of power. Thermal power. It's hot. It's spicy. It's everything. And one of the... Ooh, what's this? We need... And one of the big... Ooh. No, alright. We can drop it. One of the, power sources you can get is a thermal power plant, which is really, really helpful, because if you combine that with the best power in the game, you basically get the max amount of power. Let's see, we got no power, we got no sources, we can go home now. But besides getting distracted by finding this awesome source of power, you can combine all these power sources to make one massive giant power energy base. And the max you can get is if you can have a lot of power, but if you have all 3, like I have 2 solar panels, if I attach a thermal plant to base, I can get more power, and if I have the last power source, I can get up to 3,000, and that will be good business for us. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our base to make our locker, wherever it is. I don't generally get lost. There we go. Okay, do we have fluid? We don't have fluid. That's fine for now, because we can easily get it. Air. We need it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take what we have in here out, and we're going to put it back in our inhabitor. We don't have enough space in our inventory, so we're going to quickly drop our fire extinguisher, because we don't need it. Since we got the battery back in our inventory, we can put it here. Oh. And then we can go ahead and make some of our things. So I'm going to make here our little storage area until we get other things figured out. So we have that. So now we need is a fabricator. So we need table coral, which is what we saw. It's the red looking coral. And I think we have some in our beacon here. No, I don't take away the beacon for here, because I don't like to. I like to know where our spawn is, and usually where spawn is where our base is. And we usually need to be around our base. Now we look for the red coral right here. We chop it down, we get our red coral, we go into our base. Now I will place lights down, or make a beacon so we know where our house is. But here is our base. Here's everything so far. We can make a fabricator. Gonna make another storage. And that's basically all we need at the moment. We don't need to make anything else. We can make aesthetics, but I'm not going to. Yeah. We can place 2 fabricators, but I don't want to. I'm not trying to speed run. I'm not trying to do anything. But yeah, we are not going to do much until. No, I'm just going to do this. Just I don't have a. But yeah, we can make that. We can make other stuff. We can make this. But yeah, this is our base so far. It's not good looker. It's not bad. It's bad, but it's at the same time it's my standard of good. But yeah, I'd like to thank you all for joining me today in this Subnautica playthrough part 2, and I hope everyone has a great day. Stay safe, wash your hands, and yeah, bye bye. Did these work? Yeah. Bye bye.